Hi, everyone, and welcome to my channel. And so today I wanted to talk a little bit about, well, first of all, my name is Teresa Santos with La Rosa Realty. As you can see, my information's above. And obviously you can see my QR code here so that you can contact me. And of course, on this side, you're going to see the company I represent, La Rosa Realty, La Rosa Coaching, La Rosa División Latina, VIP group, which is basically my personal group. And I have been in the business for about, I want to say about 7 years, right? So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how I got started, why I decided to become a real estate agent, but most of all, why you should join La Rosa, right? And I'm not saying this because obviously I represent La Rosa. I do bleed blue, but I believe in opportunity. Okay, I've always been an entrepreneur. I'm always looking for the next thing, right? That's going to create passive income for me, because I think that most of us want the flexibility of time, the freedom, the financial rewards, and all this great stuff that we get sold on, right? Because we get sold on it. And we all have similar dreams, right? We all want to be independent. And let me just turn off my phone because I forgot to do that. Be independent and do all that great stuff, right? So I'm gonna just give you a little history about me, but really I want you to keep an open mind about what entrepreneurship really is. I want you to keep an open mind about the opportunity that I'm going to share with you in a little bit. And keep it, just stay till the end, because you're really going to want to know everything, right? Everything that could benefit you. Because at one point or another, you're going to want to retire, right? Like I hear people tell me all the time, like, oh my God, Teresa, no, I love real estate. I'm never going to retire. I'm going to do real estate till I die. But come on, let's be realistic. Are you really going to do real estate till you die? Because I don't know about you, but one or two things are going to go at one point or another. Either my mind's going to go or my body's not going to let me. So, or my health, because you don't know what the future holds, and you don't know how you're going to be able to succeed. You might love what you do, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to do it for the rest of your life, right? There might be a limitation. There might be something that happens that might be, that you no longer mentally can do it or physically can't do it. I mean, I have, agents that some, can't even go up the stairs, right? Because it's, either their age or their weight, or they can't do it, right? So we have to think about the future. We have to think about, at the end of this real estate journey, what is our life going to look like, right? And we all know we get paid commission. Let's be honest. If we don't sell, we don't get paid, right? So creating an income flow of other passive income is really crucial for us, because if we don't sell, we don't make money. So we need to create other sources of income. And I think multiple sources of income is really, really important. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how you can accomplish that, but also I'm just going to give you a little history about me so that way you understand where I'm coming from. So I pretty much did dentistry my whole life. I managed dental practices. I helped them grow. I did this for 35 years, right? I was just, managing dental practice and really helping other people make a lot of money while I was still on a salary. And, shortly after that, I'm like, okay, I need to do something else, right? I've tried different, multi-level marketing companies, and I've tried different ways of getting passive income. I got my insurance license, I've done a little bit of everything. And then one day I came across this program on how to flip homes, right? So I'm like, oh my God, that's what I want to do. I want to invest in real estate. And I love design. I love, I can walk into a house and look at it and envision everything differently, right? I can really picture, something beautiful out of nothing. So I'm like, okay, this might be my calling, right? So maybe I should flip some houses. So I got together with my brother and we started flipping homes, right? So the problem with that was that I couldn't find a real estate agent who understood the numbers, right? What we needed as flippers, right? And real estate investors, at what we needed in order for us to make a deal work. So finding a real estate agent was really difficult that understood, how flippers actually work and what numbers we have to play with, right? So I told my brother, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to get my real estate license, because at least now I can look at the properties. I can actually, do the numbers, and I don't have to wait for a realtor to actually submit the offer. We can submit the offer right there and then. So I figured, getting my real estate license was the best thing ever. And that was what I was going to do. So I decided to get my real estate license. Shortly thereafter, I really, enjoyed it, right? I enjoyed what I was doing. I wanted to actually help people, buy and sell homes as well. So I decided to stay in real estate, and I quit my job. I lived off my 401k for a year because the first year I didn't make any money. I joined Keller Williams. So I'm sure a lot of you, know who Keller Williams is, or the company Keller Williams, because I thought, right, in my mindset, I'm like, okay, well, I want to go with a big company like a Century 21 or Remax, because they're well known, and I'm going to get more business because it's a very well known company. So that's what I was thinking at the time, right? Of course, that's all BS. Because at the end of the day, people do business with you. They don't do business with Keller Williams, Century 21, and all these other companies, right? They're not doing business with the company. They're doing business with you because they know you, they trust you, and they like you, right? Has nothing to do with the company. So I learned that really fast on, because when I joined Keller Williams, because of course, oh my God, they have the best training, they have the best training. So I'm thinking, oh my God, okay, I need training. Let me go with Keller Williams because they're going to train me, right? And shortly thereafter, I found out that, yeah, they had trainings, every broker has trainings. They had trainings, but they didn't really have coaching, right? Which is a difference. There's a difference between coaching and there's a difference between training. Training, to me, you can get anywhere. You can get that on YouTube. You can go to your board of realtors, or wherever you're at, you're going to be able to, basically, do real estate, and you're going to be able to get trained, right? There's trainings everywhere. But coaching is totally different, right? To me, coaching is more accountability, mindset, holding you accountable to what you say you're going to do, giving you the tools and what you need in order to grow your real estate business, right? The correct coaching, right? Not just training, because training to me is, okay, let's fill out a contract. I'll show you how to fill out a contract. That to me is training. And that you can get anywhere, right? But coaching is a little bit more structured. It's a little bit more one-on-one. And I wasn't getting that at Keller Williams. I was getting a bunch of trainings, but when I needed my coach, I couldn't call the coach after 5 o'clock. Okay. So, if I had a deal that I really needed to get in a contract, and I had a question, or I couldn't get a hold of my coach because after 5 o'clock, they didn't answer the phone, which I don't understand, because come on, we all work weekends and we work on after 5, right? So I shortly thereafter said, okay, well, this is not working for me, right? I was on a 70-30 split. I had a $25,000 cap, was paying $89 a month, and on top of that, there was the franchise fees. They charge for the copies. They charge for this, they charge for that. And I'm like, by the time I ended up getting my check, I'm like, it was more like a 60-40 split. Okay. And so, and I'm okay. Don't get me wrong. I am good paying a split. I have no problem paying a split at all, if I'm getting what I need for that split, right? If I'm getting someone holding my hand, coaching me, training me and holding me accountable. And, I have no problem paying a coach. I have no problem paying a split, if I'm getting what I feel I deserve for that split, right? So I wasn't getting that. And I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm paying, really, it's a $25,000 cap. That means I have to pay at least $25,000 to Keller Williams. And then I'm starting thinking, well, what am I really getting for that $25,000? Like, really, what am I getting for $25,000 if I can't get a hold of my coach, and all I'm doing is getting training, and I still have to do all the research myself, and I learned real estate pretty much on my own the first probably year, right? And so then I'm like, okay, I really need to relook at this, right? So somebody introduced me to La Rosa Realty, and I joined La Rosa. when I went in, I had only closed 2 transactions. So I actually had to go into coaching, right? But La Rosa's coaching was totally different, right? La Rosa's coaching was actually coaching. It wasn't just training. Yes, did we have training every day? Absolutely. We had a training every day. But it wasn't about that, right? It was about that one-on-one. It was about that, learning a little bit about me and what my goals were and what my challenges were and what my pain points were and overcoming that, right? Helping me overcome that. So I was okay paying, a 30% coaching fee or whatever split, 70-30, because I was getting what I needed and I didn't have a problem paying if I was getting what I needed. So that turned out really great. I did my 3 transactions because it was a coaching for, we had to do 3 transactions or 4 transactions. And then after we finished those transactions, we would graduate to 100% commission. And, because we've always been very agent centric, our company, La Rosa, we were actually one of the first 100% companies in the state of Florida. So, we've always been about the agent, right? We always want to make sure that the agent is successful, that they're getting what they need. And so I went on to 100% commission. And, I stayed at 100% commission for a couple years, right? And then I became a coach, right? Because they asked me if I wanted to be a coach, and I love to teach, I love to coach, I love to mentor. That's what I love to do. That's really my passion, my calling. So I said, yeah, I would love to be a coach, right? So I became a coach. Then shortly thereafter, I couldn't get that out. Shortly thereafter, I became a team leader. And basically since I've always had management skills anyway, I now am managing 2 of the branches, and also obviously building my VIP group, and also coaching, which is what I really love. So, and supporting the agents. So now, moving forward, I'm coaching, I'm doing all this, and I get a phone call from someone who was trying to recruit me from a different company. Now, this company had, a lot of things that I loved about it. But, I knew, coming from a kind of multi-level marketing background and doing some of that, throughout the years while I was managing dental practices, and creating some passive income through that. It did interest me. The opportunity did interest me, right? However, during that time, Joe, our broker, had just announced that that he was going to take the company public, which is a huge thing for a real estate company to do that. And that we were going to offer the same program that this other company offers, that offers revenue share, right? Not profit share, because there's 2 different things. Revenue share and profit share are 2 totally different things. And I'll explain why. Profit share is when you get a piece of the pie, right? Let's say you bring in an agent and they produce for the brokerage. And at the end of the year, if the brokerage has a profit, so after they pay all their expenses, if there's any profit left, then you get rewarded for bringing in an agent from the profits from that agent, right? Revenue share is revenue that you get consistently. Doesn't matter whether the company makes money or not, because it's not coming from company dollars, right? So you're getting revenue share from every agent that you introduce into the company. You're getting a part of their revenue, right? Of that split that they have, you get a part of that commission. So now you're building a passive income, right? You're building something that doesn't matter if you sell a house or not, you're still going to get paid, right? So let's roll back a little bit, because I kind of went forward. So I decided, even though this company looked really appealing, and I was like, oh my God, this is going to be a game changer for realtors. This is really going to be, it's going to change the industry. And I knew that if I joined that company, I was never going to make the amount of money that the people who started in the company were making. I was never going to even come close to achieving that, right? Because if you know a little bit about multi-level, and not that we're multi-level, but if you know a little bit about multi-level, it really has to do with positioning, right? Where you're positioned. And so this company had been around already for 5 or 6 years. So, the people that are making money in this particular company are people who started at the beginning, right? The people that are coming in right now are nowhere near going to make the amount of money that the people coming in that came in at the beginning were making, right? So I decided when Joe, our broker, announced that we were going public and we were going to offer a revenue share program, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna stick by here. I'm gonna wait because I wanted to be, one of the first ones to join this revenue share and this new revolution, right? And we really perfected it. Like, we really do have the best revenue share program on the market. And, I will compare apples to apples all day long, and we will always come on top because I so believe in what we're offering. But, moving forward, I'm like, okay, well, now I have the opportunity to build something bigger, right? To build, because at the end of the day, guys, I want to retire. I don't know about you, but I do want to retire at one point. I love what I do. I love coaching. I love teaching. And, I'll probably do that until I can mentally do it, right? But physically, I might not be able to go up some stairs to show a house. I might not be able to get in and out of my car, like we have to create our own economy. And the only way that we can create our own economy where we're not dependent on the economy is by creating passive income, right? And so we have the opportunity to create that within our company. And the income potential is limitless. It really is limitless. Like, if you want to make $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month, $40,000 a month, you can do it through this program. There's no doubt in my mind. There's people already doing it in these other companies, right? And so we basically perfected it where it's simple. There's no gray area. It's all black and white. There's no, you have to unlock this, or you have to do this to get this, and you have to do this to get that. No, you get true ownership in the company via stocks. And you also get to create a passive income that's going to help you retire and leverage your time. Because, believe it or not, guys, real estate is actually more work than your 9 to 5. If you haven't noticed that already, right? We work weekends. We work after hours, right? We don't clock out at 5 and say, okay, I'm done. I don't need to talk to anybody, see anybody, or do anything after 5 o'clock. It's not like that. Our career is very time consuming and rewarding, but very time consuming. And eventually you want to leverage that, right? By building a team. And what better way to build a team that you don't have to manage by doing this system, right? So if you want to learn more about how this revenue share works, how you can build that residual income very easily, depending on what your goals, we can show you exactly what you need to do, but it's possible. It's possible. And I'm seeing the results. I mean, we just started this. So I started this in March, and I'm already seeing the results, the income results of that passive income coming in every month. Right. And I know that 5 years from now, from today, and today is November, I'm going to actually quote the date. Today is November 17th. It's my daughter's birthday today, November 17th, 2023. We are going to have this conversation 5 years from now, and you are going to see much bigger results, right? Because we can do this. And I want to be able to share it. I want to be able to, I feel like I was put on this earth to serve, right? And because I was put on this earth to serve, I feel that it's my obligation to introduce this opportunity to other people, to give them the opportunity to create financial freedom, to create that legacy for their children and their families. Because at the end of the day, when we all go, at one point we got to go, right? We're no longer going to be here. I want to be able to leave something, a legacy, right? Not just financial legacy, but a legacy of the people that I helped, the people that I was able to introduce an opportunity to that changed their lives, right? And I think that all of us here, in one way or another, we're put on this earth to do something greater than what we're doing. And what greater thing than to help other people create opportunities that they would not have ever had if they weren't introduced to it, right? So if you want information, my contact information here, you can scan it here. I'm always lost here. You can scan my information here on this QR code. You can contact me. We can set up an appointment. There's no obligation. It's, you get to see what we offer. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine, because it's not for everybody. But if you're an entrepreneur, you know that you want to do something more with your life than just sell homes, right? Because selling homes is absolutely wonderful, right? It's a great career, it's a great business, but at one point that's going to stop, right? Even top producers have a shelf life. Even top producers have a shelf life. So you need to create a passive income that is going to be economy proof. Economy proof. Doesn't matter what goes on in the market. You're still going to create passive income. Yes, might it fluctuate a little bit because of, the market, but it's not going to change. It's going to fluctuate a little bit, but you're not going to go like, many of us in 2008, for those of you that were in the business in 2008, where that was it. Like, you were done. There was no way of, unless you pivoted and went into short sales and, all this other stuff. If you didn't pivot, you went out of business, right? So now we want to control that. We want to be able to have some control. So if you want more information, just contact me. I'll be more than happy to share. And I hope to see you sometime soon.